Yes, I never said I hated Final Fantasy 12. I just said it was boring. And I actually really wanted to like Final Fantasy 13, but it's just a big disappointment. I really do want to like it, but it's just a big disappointment. But yeah, I should talk about the gameplay now. Gameplay is the most linear piece of shit I have played in a while. I mean, seriously, you're walking in a hallway. That's basically it. Even when you're in a forest, it's a hallway. There's no there's no direct route or branching path to take. None. There's really no exploring whatsoever, and that's just sad. I mean, the only reason you would keep it linear is kind of like games in Uncharted 2, where you have events going on. And really, they're exciting. But in Final Fantasy 13, there's none. You're just walking one end, fighting some people to a cutscene, and a pointless cutscene, which is mostly all the time. And it's just awful. I know an RPG story, in an RPG, the story is always linear, but come on, this is far too linear. I mean, Dragon Age Origins story was linear, but at least you go into different places, and you did different objectives as well. At least in Mass Effect 2, you know, it was a linear story, but you could still see the other characters, you could still go to different places, meet the different characters, do what you want, and see the and see what else? Oh yeah, you could do the characters' loyalty missions, and you could see more insight in those characters. I mean, this is awful. And the battle system, which I thought was pretty good at first, because I think Final Fantasy 13 sort of got it right with non-random battles with the battle screen. But it says just when you put in commands, it's a bit pointless because it feels like you're on autopilot. The whole game feels like you're on autopilot. I mean, I always choose auto battle. I know you don't have to use auto battle, but when I went to go to abilities and choose the attacks, I'm basically using the same attacks as auto battle would use. So it kind of makes it pointless. And there's really nothing to it. I just feel like I'm on autopilot with this game. And there's hardly any freedom. There's nothing really to do. That you can't go to shops and buy new equipment. Or wait, you can upgrade your equipment with resources. Why? I don't know. I think it's pretty poor because there's really no need for this. Why can't you have modifiers for your weapons? Why can't you just collect bigger, more powerful weapons? Because that's the fun fact of RPGs. You collect a lot of loot, you find stronger, better new equipment, and you use them. You don't upgrade them like that. Or you could just add modifiers to them, kind of like in Dragon Age Origins, where you can add, okay, I'll add this fire rune to it, and I add this strength +2 to it. You know, why can't Final Fantasy do that? I think it did at one point. Or did it? No, it didn't actually, but you basically just found new armor and new weapons. I know in Final Fantasy 12, actually, the thing I love about Final Fantasy 12 was it gives you freedom, absolute freedom. The world felt alive. There were shops. You could go to different shops. You know, okay, I'll go to the shop to buy potions. I'll go to the shop to buy weapons, or you can do other things like go to the hunting guild and hunt some creatures. You get money for it, and at least you can get some material. And yes, you get sort of like resources and material from Final Fantasy 12, but that's used for creating new armor and new weapons, bigger and better ones. You know, more stronger, and that gives you a better reason to do it than in Final Fantasy 12, because 13, because you're just upgrading the bloody thing. I just don't understand that. And I love the freedom of Final Fantasy 12 because there's always a sense of danger that you're going to enter to an area full of high-level monsters, and this does feel like a world. And also, I know I said Final Fantasy 12 battle system was boring, but at least there was actually some strategy. I know you can say in Final Fantasy 13 there is some strategy when you change jobs, but I just don't like it that much. Keep switching jobs is a bit of a hassle because every time they gotta show themselves switching jobs and it takes seconds, and that could get you killed. Just don't like that. I know there was something else. Oh yes, I don't know why if the party leader dies, it's game over. Why? I don't understand this. I know Persona 4 does this, which I don't like. Why can't you just throw him a phoenix down? Okay, your party leader's died. You don't run around like a headless chicken going, "Oh, the party leader's died! What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?" You just throw him a fucking phoenix down. I'll be back up and I'll be ready to give you your orders again. But no, it's game over. Why? That's just stupid. I just don't understand that. I'm sorry. It's just the big lifeless game. So I'm actually having problems coming back on to play this game now. I mean, it's getting harder and harder. There's no real reward. The story is just convoluted, pointless, and you don't know what's going on. So there's really no reward to continue playing playing this game for the story. What about reward in the gameplay? There's really no real reward in gameplay. I mean, it feels like you're in auto battle and that's it. Oh, the Crystarium, or how do you say it? The leveling up? That's pretty linear as well. I mean, I don't know why the leveling up is so linear, like the fucking game itself. I mean, I find nothing good about this leveling up system. It's so linear. You're basically just adding points to it, and you're getting plus strength, plus this, and getting new skills. I know there are some branching paths, but that only leads to 1 plus strength or something. And then you're back onto the circle. You're back onto the path you're going up to. But why? You might as well just do this automatically for me. Why do I have to level up? I'm basically not choosing any. I'm gonna fill out this sort of crystarium or something. You know, this level up tree. I'm gonna fill it up. Oh, it's not really much of a tree because it's hardly got any branches on it whatsoever. There's no real strategy to this as well. I mean, you don't there's no okay, how about I sacrifice this skill for that skill? Or maybe I should take this path and see where this will lead me to. But of course it means sacrificing of going to the other path. This is really just linear and it's really no point. They should have done this automatically. And as I keep bitching about Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII's leveling up as well, Final Fantasy X's leveling up is actually not that bad. It's linear at first, but you're able to cross over other people's spear grids, and you can, let's say Tidus is mostly a warrior type, and let's say he crosses over to Lulu's, so he becomes like a fighting mage, or a spell sword, what you want to call him. And I know I don't really like Final Fantasy XII's leveling up as well, the license board, but at least that lets you customize what you want to do, even though everyone's got the same abilities and stuff, and it's laid out the same. I kind of just rambled on there. I'm not a good reviewer. This is so much I don't like from Final Fantasy 13, and it's getting hard to come back to this. It's really hard to do this let's play of it now. I don't know what I missed out, but sorry, as I said, I'm not a professional reviewer. This is just my opinion. As I said, I'm going to leave a link to Zero Punctuation's review. He says it a lot better, and I basically agree with him 100% to what he says with the game. So I'm just going to stop there now. Sorry I'm kind of rambling on, but I hope that answers your questions. So, later.